Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Now, I ain't never been with a baddie. She calm, so I add her to the tally. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go.
Nah, I ain't never been with a baddie. The baddie, she calm, so I add her to the tally. Madison, but I'm calling her Maddie. Like, Mads try to send me the addy.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this? Now you cannot go.
baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled
who
to
are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Come on in, you guys. We are going to make sure we don't stay here for hour and hour and hour. We're not going to do that today. I'm just going to let you guys know. We're going to go through this material. Some of you guys know what's going on and some of you guys don't. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the building. Sanja Watts is in the building. Nancy is in there. Tina Powers is in here. Woke to God. Amari, and Valerie is in the building. Lisa Taylor, how you guys doing? Zena is in the building. How you guys doing? Come on in, you guys. I know you guys like, we're here. But share the live. So you guys, I've been watching what's going on, and there's this case that's coming up that we hadn't heard about. And well, some of us have heard about it. And some of us has talked to each other about it. So we're going to just talk about it. This case coming out of New Jersey, where a dad is charged with killing his 6-year-old son after abusive treadmill workout. He blames the death on pneumonia, you guys. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. And you're going to have to, let me tell you what you're going to have to do. She says, I'm good. And you, I'm good. I am good. Today is Friday. Today Friday, y'all. The 3rd. May the 3rd. So today is Friday, May the 3rd. We're going to do this thing. So May is coming and it's going really fast. So let's just get into it. We all got things to do. I'm sore, tired, still got to walk the dog, still got to cook and go to work. So I got a lot to do. And guess what? I slept good, but it's just I'm tired. I'm drained. These people drain me. Anyway, a New Jersey dad is accused of killing his 6-year-old son by forcing him into a bruising treadmill workout. Claims it was pneumonia, but the abusive gym session that killed him. Let me tell you, this is what happened. Okay, so there's a man and a woman. They both share, you know, this child together. His name is Corey. The baby's name is Corey, and so the father's name is Christopher, the child's name is Corey, the mom's name is Brianna. Now, some people they just want to give you the insight of what happened. Real quick, let me tell you what happened. But you have to look at the video. It is just horrible what he does to this kid. Now, when you look at the video, and only thing you have to do is type in treadmill dad kills child, and then click on the video and look at the video. It's a 10-minute video, but you can go all the way until you see. So they walk into this gym, and this gym is kind of one of those. It wasn't like the Y. It wasn't like Planet Fitness. It's a real exclusive gym. So, because I'm like, is this their house? Because I'm like, who does this to their house? So they're the only one that's in this particular room. And I guess it's a workout room. But anyway, this child already knows the routine. So the child walks right over to the treadmill. So him and the dad, this is something that they've done before. They have, because this child knows this place. So the child walks over to the treadmill, and he gets on the treadmill, and the dad is kind of looking at him or whatever. And then he starts it up. So the dad walks away. So he starts it up, and he's pushing on buttons, so he knows where to put this treadmill. And so the dad goes over to some machine in the back, and the child is just running on the treadmill by himself. He's just casually just running, and he's at a slow pace. It's not bad, because 10 minutes done went by. I watched it myself. Now, I don't know if they cut into this or anything like that, but I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, 10 minutes on this. 10 minutes on the treadmill is a lot. But this kid, he's just a jogging. And he's doing good. He's doing great. He's just jogging. And so anyway, later on, so the dad, he comes over, and the kid is just, he's talking to his dad, and he's like, yeah, woo, woo, woo. Because dad been on the phone a little bit. Dad done did some push-ups. Dad done did some reaching and all this other stuff, some arm, extensions and all of that other stuff, lift some barbells or whatever. And he comes over and he's like, yeah. It seemed like they only worked out for like 15 minutes, and then, yeah. But anyway, the dad comes over and he's like, yeah, son, okay. Okay. So he's like, he increases the he increases how fast that the treadmill go. He increases the energy of the treadmill, so the kids got to run a little bit faster. So, and then he increases it some more, and he does the incline. So now, when you do the incline on a treadmill, and I have a treadmill, and I know you guys all have, mine's right now is acting as a coat rack, or a clothes rack or whatever, but I'm gonna get it back out. But anyway, and the child is going and he's going really, really fast, and I'm like, I couldn't even. I probably can keep up with it for maybe 10 seconds. So this kid is trying to just. I guess he's trying to please his dad. And he's going and he's going. It's like he's running. And if you know anything about running or track or something, if you're not used to that, it is horrible. It's going to increase your heart. You don't want to do that fast. You want to take it lightly and gradually. But the dad increases it. The kid falls off, You know what's going to happen if the kid falls and get behind. You can tell he's getting behind because he was at the front of the treadmill. Now he's at the back of the treadmill. And, if he misses a step, he's going to fall forward. He falls forward on his face and the treadmill slides him down. The child tries to get back on the treadmill, not knowing you cannot get on the treadmill while the treadmill is going that fast. If anybody knows anything about working out, you cannot get on the treadmill while it's going. Either you got to stop it, slow it down, or step on the sides of the treadmill and then take off going. Right? So this kid does not do that. So he really is just doing what his dad is telling him to do. So he's trying to step on the treadmill as the treadmill is going as fast as it's going, and he falls down again. Boom. Face first, treadmill slides him down. He gets back up. He does it again. Boom. He gets back up. He does it again. Boom. He gets back up. He does it again. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this child is trying to accommodate what his father is telling him to do. He's trying to please his father. And so what did the father do? The father looking at him like, you're a loser. Let me come and help you, boy. Because, I'm dad. I'm a big boy. And I know what I'm doing. So he picks the child up by the shirt and puts him on the treadmill by his shirt just like he was a coat hanger while his little legs is just a pedaling. His legs are just a pedaling. And he takes his head. The father takes his head, not the child's head, his head, and push down on the little boy's head. Bites him. Bite. B-I-T-E. Bite. Bite the little boy on the top of his head while pushing him down on the treadmill. And his little legs are just a pedaling. I can't make this up. And I'm like, oh my God. No. Don't. Oh my goodness. And the little boy's little legs just going. You got to see it. You got to see it. It's horrifying. Anyway. So that is what I seen. And then he slows it down for the little boy. I guess he's like, let me give him some grace. Let me give him some mercy. So he tells the little boy because he must have told the little boy, okay, the boy falls off again. He tells the little boy, you can't get on there like that, son. You have to step on the sides. So the little boy steps on the side and the dad slows it down. Like, I'm going to make sure, see, I'm the apple of his eye. He's looking at me because I'm dad. I got muscles. I'm big. I'm that. I'm that. I'm dad. I'm a man. I'm a manly man. So now I'm going to slow it down for him. Let him step on the side and he can get on the treadmill. And he gets on there and he's looking up at his dad like, yeah, I'm trying to please you, Dad. I want to be like you. I look like you. You're my dad. I know you're telling me the right thing to do. So I'm going to do this. I'm paraphrasing, you guys. But this is what I see. And when you look at it, I'm not going to tell you what to see, but you're going to see what I see. So now the little boy is running on a treadmill and everything is working fine. So this happened like March the 20th. They get done working out, and because I'm thinking, what's finna happen? This boy finna pass out right then and there because they got the video. And so he gets off the treadmill, they turn it off, and they walk out. They walk outside. They see him walking outside, and they get in the car and they go. So the little boy gets home and he tells his mom. The little boy tells his mom, she's seeing all these bruises on him. And so she takes the boy to the pediatrician and says, look, all these bruises on him. He got bruises on his head. He got bruises on his face. He got bruises on his chest. He got bruises on his legs. He's got all these bruises. Okay, you take this child to the doctor and trust me, this child, being Caucasian, these bruises is going to show up. She could not have did nothing else but what she done. So I guess they got other visits, but she goes to the court and asks for a protection order for her child because she's saying something, the child tells her, Mom, this is what happened. Dad had me on the treadmill. I kept falling off. He kept putting me on there. Da 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 da. And she was like, no, that's just too much. No, she was being a mom. She really was. Because people don't understand the stress of when the court tells you you have to hand that child over to the other parent. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. And that's what you got to do. You're going to jail. You're going to mess up your whole life because some judge want to be right. For some reason, they've got, 50-50 custody of this child. So, like I said, she done went to an expert, a specialist, and all of that. And they're like, no, we're not giving you a protection order. The doctor was like, oh, it's nothing. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. He's a kid. The kid said he was on the treadmill. She begs the father to take him to the doctor. April the 1st. This is 2021. This is not this year, you guys. Because you guys do know we're all in 2024. This is 2021. So she calls the dad up. His name is Christopher. And she says, hey, Christopher, why don't you take Corey to the hospital because he's not feeling well. And y'all leave me alone. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Well, Corey went to sleep. And when he woke up, he was slurring his words. He wasn't like, he wasn't saying, hey, daddy. He was like, and he was walking around falling. Now, Christopher takes him to the hospital, and an hour later, he's dead. And they were trying to say he had pneumonia. Well, the findings come back that the autopsy says it was a homicide. They said that he had lacerations to his liver, lacerations to his chest, to his heart, and not only that, blunt force trauma that may be to the head, to the chest, to the heart. Blunt force trauma. Okay? They said the blunt force trauma happened, I can't remember. Somebody can correct me if you want. But I want to say 4 hours prior to his death. Okay? 4 to 8 hours prior to his death. That means dad has him. Now something else. What, did you punch him in the chest and say, what did you tell your mother? Hey, this is why it's never good to go into a custody battle. But anyway, I'm going to read some of the highlights of what they said here because I have it here. And so we're going to get into it really quick. A New Jersey dad accused of killing his 6-year-old son by forcing him into a bruising treadmill workout claims it was pneumonia, not the abusive gym session that killed him. Christopher, 31, is on trial for murder in the 2021 death of little Corey, following caught on video without workout that left the youngster badly battered and bruised and fatally injured. When you see that video, you're going to be horrified. That's what the attorney says. During the jury, they've told in the opening statement at the trial, you're going to be mortified. Then they're showing the child in the video. Prosecutors disagree. They say it was his dad's chronic abuse that left the youngster with internal injuries that ultimately cost him his life 2 weeks after the bruising workout. Surveillance video shows Christopher putting his son through a sickening workout at the Atlantic Heights Clubhouse Fitness Center on March the 20th, 2021, allegedly because he thought his son was too fat. This boy is no fat. He's lean. Matter of fact, he needs to eat more. But he put Corey on the treadmill and increased the speed in the incline until the boy flew off. Not just once, twice, second. I told you guys many of times. Okay, so Christopher is seen picking him up and putting him back on the belt, but the child falls off again and continues to struggle to keep up until his dad eventually lowers the speed and gives the boy a break. Testifying at the trial in Superior Court in Ocean County, the mother, Brianna, who was in the custody battle with Gregory, his name is Christopher Gregory, okay, you guys, said she later noticed the bruises on her son. He had a bruises on his forehead, she told the jury. According to the Asbury Park Press, it was very odd shaped. It looked like an impression. He had one on his chest. It looked like a scrape. She said she took him to the pediatrician, who found no real cause of concern, although the boy revealed to the doctor that his dad made him run on the treadmill because he was too fat. On April the 2nd, Corey woke up from a nap, slurring his words and stumbling around with nausea, and his dad rushed him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Christopher was arrested 3 months later on the child neglect charges based on part of the video. In September 2021, a forensic pathologist determined that the boy's death was a homicide due to chronic child abuse, including blunt force injuries to the chest and the abdomen and lacerations to his heart. Gregory was arrested on murder charges on March the 9th, 2022. This is a whole year later, and charged with Corey's death. Okay. Under cross-examination, Brianna admitted that she and some friends went over and vandalized Gregory's parents' home after Corey's death, pelting the house with eggs and excuse me, you guys, something is in my throat. Let me go get me some water. I didn't get water. I got me a soda. I got me a soda. I had something that had to fizz. And so, thank you. Thank you. So, under cross-examination, Brianna admitted that she and some friends vandalized Christopher's parents' home after Corey's death, pelting the house with eggs and dead fish. It goes on to say there is a video with Christopher carrying 5-year-old Corey into the emergency room. So he did at least try to get the child some help. Nearly released footage shows the moment a father accused of murdering his 6-year-old son made the boy run increasingly fast on the treadmill because he thought his son was too fat. Okay. I think I done coughed it up. Hold on. I said in the name of Jesus, the devil is a lie. Oh, Lord. It's weird. I send that back to where it came from. Thank you, Lord. That's just weird to me. Anyway, you guys, Christopher is accused of murdering his son, Corey, who investigators suffered traumatic. Investigator says he suffered traumatic injuries, including a final blow to the heart, just hours before his death, believing to stem from chronic child abuse from the father. During the trial, which began on Tuesday at Superior Court in Ocean City, the court was shown surveillance from Atlantic Heights Fitness Center located in, Barnett or whatever. Anyway, you can see Brianna burst into tears as she watched her son abused by the father in a clip as she became the first witness to take the stand. The footage obtained. Let me see if there's anything on here. Oh, I do want to read this to you guys. The footage obtained by Court TV and filmed on March the 20th shows the little boy forced to run increasingly fast on the exercising uh, equipment as his dad sharply steepened the incline, unable to keep up with the conveyor belt beneath. Corey's legs buckled and he fell to the floor. Mr. Gregor was filmed picking up his son, whose legs appeared increasingly weary to the extent that he struggled to stay upright. However, the dad forced him back on the machine. The father then appeared to bite his son, which was also noted on the arrest warrant, on the top of the head before finally decreasing the machine speed and incline. So, Miss Brianna, who shared custody of her son with Christopher Gregory, allegedly reported the boy's injury to the New Jersey Division of Child Protection and Permanency just days before his death. She told the court she was said to have pleaded with the father to take their son to the doctor on April the 1st. While accompanied by a caseworker at the appointment, the 6-year-old boy made a key claim about why he was forced to run. His father told him he was too fat. The next day, Corey was pronounced dead. Mr. Christopher allegedly rushed the little boy to the hospital after he woke up and slurred speech and stumbling on the morning of April the 2nd, according to Court TV. He was also said to have experienced nausea and shortness of breath. The 6-year-old suffered a seizure during a CT scan. A medical staff desperately attempted to save the boy's life, but was a result of sustaining blunt force injuries with the cardiac and liver concussion, acute inflammation, and sepsis, the initial autopsy revealed. So Christopher was arrested months later on July the 7th. Okay. A pathologist ruled the boy death a homicide in September 2021. His name is Andrew. He believes that Corey suffered an acute traumatic injury to the heart 4 to 12 hours. That's what I was trying to get right. 4 to 12 hours before his death. So Christopher was arrested on March the 9th for his son's death. He is also... So he must have been arrested 2 times. He was arrested in March the 9th. And before then, he was arrested. Okay? So... the criminal trial father who stands endangering ultimate murder in his son got underway this week. The case is before the state superior court judge, has already become one of the most high profile cases, you guys, in Ocean County in years. So this is something everybody is watching. Everybody. So on April the 2nd, 2021, the only thing here that we did not know, that when Christopher brought his limp body into the emergency room, the child coded twice and died at 5:03 p.m. What was the cause? Let me see. That the child died as a result of blunt force trauma. He had contusions all over his body, and his heart and liver was lacerated. Christopher's attorney told the jury in the opening statement that his medical experts dispute the cause of Corey's death. They said the medical witness will testify that Corey died as a result of sepsis caused by a bout of pneumonia. Let me see. I don't believe that. She done took him to the doctor and they see all these bruises. Of course, they're going to check to see if he had pneumonia. That is not true. Okay, so I don't know where it is. It's not here. But I'm just gonna say this real quick. Christopher was mad at the mother, saying that she was trying. It's not on this. It's just not on this right here. This information I got, but I read more into it, you guys. So I'm just gonna tell you what it says. I don't know where it is. I was looking for it, but it just seems okay. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Yeah, I think he does this on purpose. Hello?
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm live.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll call you back then.
Okay.
Or,
He's starting to do that every time when we're live. Yeah. And it messes everything up because now I can't get where I was at. But anyway, they were where I was at. It was going to tell you that that he had picked this child up 6 times, and I mean, well, no, he didn't pick the child up, but this child tried to get on that treadmill at least 6 times before the father had bit him in the head and pushed his head down, and his little feet was just a paddling, like pat, 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 pat. And he was just, oh my God, it was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah, it was. It was just horrible. Anyway, you guys, if anybody got anything that they want to say on this, because I know some of you guys are following it, I'm gonna give you a chance to call on in. I'm not gonna read too much on it, but this is a high profile case, you guys, and you want to check it out because even something this little, like some men, and it's just not men, but majority of the time it is men. That muscular, you got to be a manly man, and come on, you remember Pooh Bear was like, I don't want to cut the mow, or I can't remember what he said. So he's telling me it. He's not telling on his dad, but he's telling me I was scared. I'm scared, Grandma. I don't want to cut the mow. I said, you mean cut the grass or mow the cut? I can't remember what he said, but you guys was there. But anyway, so you got to pay attention to stuff like that. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. When the kid tell you he's scared, or when the kid tell you he don't like it, or whatever, it's too much or whatever, we do force our kids, and I get it. I understand if you don't force a kid at a young age, and when I say force, you really gonna force them because they don't want to do, or they don't know what they're doing, and they just want to go and play and eat and smile, and you're like, hey, be something, do something. If you start early and like something early, maybe you'll keep going and doing it, and therefore, like basketball, you might like basketball. So, but then I think the parents want their kid to grow up and then they can become something, Hey, this is SP.
California.
Okay, hey Val, how you doing?
Okay, I was trying to see if I could find it that came back on today. I said, yeah, that's horrifying watching a baby fall off the treadmill, his chest and belly hitting that metal, because that thing at the bottom is metal. You got the rubber belt, but he's too little to be down there and going that fast. And he's afraid of that.
Yeah, that thing at the end is metal. I just turned around and looked at my treadmill.
That baby, that's what brought out him bruises and him messing up his heart and his stomach, because his stomach hit, his chest hit. Stomach hit, and he kept getting up. You look at his head, he get back on there. I said, somebody should whoop his ass. I said, because you know better. I used to go to the gym when I was younger, and I'd take my baby down there, but she couldn't get on the treadmill. And if she did, it's on one step, not going that fast. And he trying, because he was going to try out football. And then he was happy about that, but he didn't know he had to die to go into football.
Is that why he was pushing him so fast?
Well, he talking about he's fat. He needs to lose weight. His behind was big, had a bigger belly than his supposed son, and baby is skinny. So I'm telling you, he hated that boy because he hadn't been around in the boy's life at first, and he had an evil spirit like that get hold of that little innocent baby. And I said he followed him on out, and like I said, you don't know what he did once he got him into the house.
Right, but you know what, too? And maybe they got a treadmill at home. And see, I don't see him. I don't know. I'm not giving nobody benefit of doubt. I'm done with that. This is 2024. I'm not giving people benefit of doubt. But I believe that he was probably still, there's probably some more activity of him trying to work out with him, and maybe even at home, and he was pushing him at home. Normally, people just like me, we go to the gym because we just want to go, and there's other equipment, or there's people that doing the things that we want to do. So it kind of increases our energy of we want to work out. But normally, we already have some of those equipment, especially a treadmill at home. Do you think that he did something? Did he hit him at home, or was some other time he was on another treadmill?
Scratch. The mother said he had a scratch in his chest. With that treadmill could have scratched him. He's a little fella.
Yeah.
And he had another bruise. I said, so we don't know this, but if you see that man's face, the only time he cried a little bit, if he was crying, he probably just put a little bird eye. And all of a sudden they started showing the autopsy pictures what he had done to this little baby.
Yeah.
I said, that treadmill is dangerous. It says one wheels, and have one side not for children under the age of 5 or 10 or whatever. It's like a pool. Kids can't be in there under the age of 14, and if you don't know how to swim, you can't be in there at all.
Okay, so do you think he got mad when the little boy and the mother had talked about him, whatever happened, and he got mad at the little boy and pushed him even harder?
Probably that, or the last time she dropped him off, last time she seen her son is when she dropped him off, and he couldn't get in, and she said, I don't see your car. So he probably got that little boy in there and jacked him up, and she had made him an appointment. But all these error that she made, I said, because they sent him over to a bigger hospital. They said, let the ambulance take him over there. And she signed it out to take him herself. I would have let that ambulance go over there because that way, GPS and all of them, they would have been notified because they could run.
People don't know that. We look back at their mistakes and say, I would have done this, I would have done that.
I'm not blaming her at all. I am not blaming her at all because if my baby had to go to the hospital, I was right there in that with her. I said, somebody has to come get me or we catch the bus or whatever.
She took him to the doctor, though, and they disclaimed.
The hospital.
Huh?
They took him twice. They wanted to transfer him. The first doctor she took him to, they wanted to transfer him to a bigger hospital. And she said she drove him over there. See, but then you got to go through paperwork again and stuff. If you come in an ambulance, they know what you're there for. But you drive over there yourself. Oh, I done brought 40 here. The doctor over here told me to bring it here. Then everything is starting all over. That's a waste of time. I would have went to ambulance. She's young. She really don't know that. I said, but hey, like me, they'll take me to ambulance because they want me in. But if I drive myself, I got to sit out in the waiting room, do paperwork, answer the questions.
He didn't die right then. Did she take him to the doctor again?
No, she took him twice that same day because they wanted him to go in the ambulance.
Okay, but that was March the 20th.
12 days before. Yeah, well, it's 12 days before because he was wondering where she was. And this day she was taking him to both of them hospitals.
Okay, so she took him. So
yes, she did take him.
Okay.
Took him to 2 hospitals in one day because they wanted to transport him by ambulance, and they think about the cost of the ambulance. When it comes to baby, I ain't worried about that cost. I'll fight you later. But I said she didn't know that. She figured I don't want to be part of my baby. Probably nobody was with her. She didn't want to leave her car. I'm thinking like a young person. But she went ahead and took him over to the hospital. The doctor told her to take him to because they have CPS. Everybody can investigate what's going on with this baby. And if they would have run the X-rays and stuff, they probably would have seen this baby's ribs probably fractured. He's got bruises on his heart or whatever under the skin that they've been seeing. I said, so because he was Caucasian. So they could see the little bruising that's kind of healing up. But what about the internal injuries? See, they had to do a CT scan, and when he took him, this is when everything collapsed completely, and he left. I said, oh my God. He was afraid of the man because she noticed he's walking behind him when they leaving out of the gym. He wouldn't get arm's length with Stan. He's like stand back and walking real fast. He wouldn't get in arm's length with him because he probably was afraid of that man.
Yeah, but her, like when you taking your kid to the hospital and they got all these bruises and stuff, the thing you know,
You trying to get him help or trying to get help?
she's trying to get him help, but also she's protecting herself too because they get you in there and they separate you from your child. You don't even know you're gonna see that child again because state come in and that's that. So yeah.
Even though she filed for emergency, here they could have put the baby in the custody where she stayed with her mother. I don't know if she still would stand with her, but they could have put him in custody. So that man was abusive to the baby. He's not used to no children.
Right.
And look, he looks evil. I was sitting here last night and I said, I'm trying to find some okay to put me to sleep. And I was listening to the treadmill abuse. I said, what the heck is high treadmill abuse? I said, they serious.
Right.
And her burning up. I said, Jesus. I said, oh man. I said, that defense attorney, he was going after because she started using drugs because she was, worried about her child, which that's no excuse. But she's a young lady. She don't know what. Let me substitute something. She wasn't using it for her child. But
right.
Still, what the drug defense attorney he was going after. But hey, she answered it, and she did not raise her voice. And she said, "Yep, I did that. I asked for it, whatever." I mean, she was honest in her answers. And the jury, they were crying. They seen the pictures. I said, they didn't show it to the public, but they showing the treadmill. But I hadn't seen the one yet about him taking the baby to the hospital and he's limp. I said, sure, Lord have mercy.
Right.
Yeah, but it's something to watch. I say, because I told Dan, late last night, that was yesterday or day before, that I had caught, and I caught on up today. So I may see if it's on today, and catch it up later. I could always go back and find it on Court TV is what I was watching it on.
Right. All right. I got your name in there. Let me see what number it is. 7929755. Thank you.
Thank you. That's good. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, yeah. So, you guys, there's a lot of information we don't know. And I'm glad somebody else had just called in. Please call in. This is the last call, and then we're out of here. But I do want to hear from this person because I know that they're... we're going to have two people. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, SP.
Hey.
So, as I'm looking at these various stories that they have on this particular case,
Yeah.
on one of the cases, the husband's attorney says, first off, he disagrees on what caused the child's death.
Right.
And he says that that the experts will testify that Corey died as a result of sepsis caused by a bout of pneumonia.
Uh-huh.
And that the mother signed her son out of the hospital against medical advice when they told her he might have sepsis.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
She signed him out and then wanting the father to take him to the hospital?
I'm just telling you what it's reading in here.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
oh my. Okay, come on.
So at this point, I feel like they both need to be charged.
Okay. She signed him out with... They told her he had pneumonia and she signed him out.
Told her you had sepsis.
Septis? And she signed him out?
And she signed him out against medical advice.
Okay. All right. Tell us some
So
more.
I just don't understand the point of that, but I just wanted to throw that in there.
Well, I seen her on the stand, and they were showing the video, and she was just, she was crying, not crying, but I mean, wow, I mean, yeah, I'll sign myself out, but when they tell me something about my kid, yeah, but you're the parent, so you have the right to do what you want to do, but my goodness, you know, I don't know why she would sign him out. I couldn't tell you why.
Not only do I not know why she would sign him out, but is the fact that you signed him out, had he stayed, might they have caught, you know, if he had any internal injuries at that point?
Right. So okay. So I'm trying to think. It was that what Valerie was trying to say. Like the mother, she didn't make right decisions either. Cause only thing I had seen, and like I said, this is all new, so it's all gonna be a whole bunch of information. You guys call in and tell me what you hear, what you know, even if it's just one little thing. Just yes, cause I am wanting to know, like why this mother, why you begging him to take him to the hospital when you just took him, and then you just took him. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people gonna do things differently, but
I just have one more thing, Esther,
go ahead.
and this is just my personal feeling. If you were so concerned about your son
Yes.
that you reported these bruises and stuff to children and youth, because that's what it says, that she that she called the New Jersey Division of Child Protection and Permanency, and she told the caseworker that she feared her son might die
Uh-huh.
because of the intense bruising on the boy's body.
Uh-huh.
Now, if you really were concerned about your child and he received these bruises while in the presence of the other parent, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to allow my child to go back and to continue those visits until we go before a judge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You sometimes
I'm not just going to send my child back to some place where he got hurt yesterday, and
and
2 days later I'm sending him right back over there.
yeah, those court orders are something else. They them court orders is something else, and you got to do what them court orders say, and yeah, that's why you have to get the other people involved and say, look, I need a doctor to say, and that's why I don't understand why she take him out, because then he wouldn't have been over to his dad's house. He would have been at that hospital,
Exactly.
not back with him. Like, but I mean, I didn't get to listen to what she said in court because I didn't. I wanted to. I had to watch that video, another time, and make sure I didn't miss anything on there. But I didn't know that she signed him out. What the heck? Okay.
It's just weird, and I just think that both parents is not acting the best interest of the child.
Yes. More information gives you a better understanding,
Understand?
and before you weigh. Like I said, right now, I'm just trying to understand what happened, like why she didn't get the protective order. And maybe she didn't get the protective order because she took the child out the hospital.
Could be.
The judge probably said, if Okay, the doctor said that they don't see no problem, but they want to keep your child. But you done took your child out the hospital, but you're saying you don't want to send him over to his dad, but you took him home. If he needs medical attention, why you didn't leave? No, no, you sent him to his dad's house because he's at home with you. He could be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but you know what I would have did? I would have sent him on, kept him on in the hospital, and I've been there before where your child is in the hospital, and we took turns, like somebody always gonna be there with him. When I had to work, the father would be there, and then when they leave, I would be there because me and him don't get along at all. But I mean, that's just co-parenting. But some parents, they're angry at each other, and they think they're the best, and they make the best decisions. When, but when it's your child, you do have to make decisions. But I don't think that was a good decision on her part. I don't think it was a good decision on neither one of these parents' part. Like they're trying to, I don't know why they were making this child run like he was running, and work out like he was working out. Okay, thank you, Zan.
All right, sweetheart. You have a good evening.
You too. Okay, let me get Zan's name in here. She called in. Zan. Call in, and I got her. So I got Tina Powers calling in. Come on, Tina. This is last call for today. What's going on?
So I don't know where the hell this man's head was. Okay, I would never do that to anybody's child. Okay.
Right.
This baby did not deserve this. Okay. So let me back Zan up a little bit because I've been following this. Whatever. So let me back her up a little bit. So she did take him to the hospital, and she did call what's his name, dumbass. Okay.
Christopher.
Right. So she called Christopher, and she said, "Well, I'm at the hospital," and he said, "Well, what did he say? Oh, it will be less time on your visitation. Just note that." I mean, he was a butthole, y'all.
Is that what he said?
Yes, that's what he said. That's what he said because I heard it.
So he has custody of the kid, and she got visitation rights.
Right. So but they both of them have custody, but they have like joint every other weekend or something like that. And she said, "Well, I'm at the hospital with Corey. I'm sorry, Corey, with Corey." And then he was like, "Well, it will be less time next time. Just note that."
Oh, cause she was in his time.
Huh?
Cause she was probably in his time of supposed to have the kid.
And that day when that man did that to that baby, she just dropped him off. She just dropped that baby off.
The day of the treadmill thing?
Yes, she just dropped him off.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But he didn't die that day.
Huh?
He didn't die that day.
No, he didn't die that day. That's when the incident happened.
That's the first incident, but there had to been another incident because the pathologist said that 4 to 8 hours before his death, which was April the 1st.
Okay, it might have been another incident, but I'm like this, SC. It ain't a doubt in my mind of he was hurting that child before he did this.
Yeah.
Because if everybody don't know, now they know. Brianna and Chris, ain't that his name, Chris?
Yeah, Christopher.
They took a
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know
So,
that.
yeah.
So he
You
must
know,
have
it's
said, yeah. So they had to make sure. Yeah.
right, right,
He probably had some. I don't know if it's really mine now. You know.
right. And plus, she was, let me say this mildly, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but she was out there using drugs and doing drugs and, you
Oh,
know, yes.
the
Yeah.
mother was. She.
Yes.
That's why. Okay. So um. So he
That's
must
why
have.
the dad had custody.
So the dad had the custody and she had the visitations.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And she was trying to show that he was, but yeah, okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I hadn't got all into the history of how he had custody of this child and she didn't. And um yeah.
Right. So
Thank you.
she was trying to clean up her life. She
Yeah.
did good. And then when she lost Corey, she went downhill, so to speak. She called her dealer, and and his attorney or her attorney, both attorneys, asked her on the witness stand, "Did you use that day?" And she said, "No." She said, "I just poured on the ground." She said, "Because I wanted my son back." I was like, okay.
Wanted her son back from what?
She wanted her son back. She was trying to. Okay, so when I say okay, so like when I say son back, I mean like she wanted to prove to Chris that she was going to be a good mom. She ain't going to be a drug dealer. She's not going to be a drug user. She just wanted her son back, and I guess because of the death too.
Because of the what?
The death of her son.
Oh, this happened on the day that he died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. She remembers certain instructions. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get in this car of mine.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right. Okay, you guys. So we are going to get more information on this case. This case, I would love to because it's already in trial. This case is already in trial. They wasn't in court today. They're not going to be. Tina said in the chat, you guys, they're not going to be in court Monday. They're supposed to be back Tuesday. But if you can tune into it. So we gonna listen. Go back and listen to what has already, transpired. I'm going to go back and listen to what the moms say. I'm going to go back and see who already came up. I don't know who's already came up. This is right at the beginning, so we really ain't behind. And that's homework. All right, you guys. We're gonna get off of here. Thank you guys for calling in, sharing more information, and let's listen to it. You can always learn. Like I was telling you guys, it don't have to be somebody beating your kid to death with a baseball bat or cutting them up and all this other stuff, or and all this other stuff. It can be just anything. It's abuse is when you know for a fact that that child can't endure what you're doing. You can overfeed them. You can over make them. I've heard where parents have made kids drink water, drink so much that they die. So anything can be a weapon when it comes to these little babies. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here, and I will see you guys Monday. And be good and be nice to each other.